Hi everyone, it's James here. Welcome to another video, and this is going to be a bit of a different theme, as you can see. I'm going to play a little game here, the record label recognition game, and this is how it will work. It just occurred to me that there are lots of record labels which I have very strong and clear associations with. So when I see the label, a particular artist or band or singer or whatever just instantly springs into my mind. And so what I thought I would do is assemble a kind of moving gallery of these record labels and ask you to join in on this. So in a minute I'm going to start flashing up the pictures of these labels, and I want you to just turn the sound down on my video so you can't hear what I'm saying, and you might want to just stand back a little bit from your screen or narrow your eyes a little bit. What you don't want to be doing is looking at the name on the label. You just want to be looking at the label itself. Each one will last about 10 seconds, so you just need to look at the label, maybe get a piece of paper and just write down, each time write down which artist or singer or band you associate with that label. Then go back, rewind and turn the sound up on this video, and then you'll be able to hear if you had the same associations as me. Chances are you had totally different associations. This is really highly subjective, and yeah, just thought it would be a little bit of fun. So here we go. Are we ready? Let's begin. Okay, so this is the very old Red Music for Pleasure label, first record I ever owned. It was Pinky and Perky, the Singing Pigs, singing some nursery rhymes. A little bit later I had quite a lot of records on the Yellow Music for Pleasure label. I associate this one with Windy Day by the children's group Telltale. One of my earliest ever proper records was Cat Stevens' Morning Is Broken on the lovely Pink Rim Island. Had that on a 45. This Orange Epic label, I totally associate this with ABBA. The first single by them I had was Money Money Money, which had my name written on it in biro in my mum's handwriting. This is the Riva label, which I just totally associate with Rod Stewart and his disco hit Do You Think I'm Sexy, which I had in 1978. The RAK label I associate with the 70s pop group Racy. I had their song Lay Your Love On Me, which I think came out in 1978. The Swan Song label, which was Led Zeppelin's label, but I always associate this with Dave Edmunds, thanks to his great song Girls Talk. This is the MCA Rainbow label, and I associate this one with Pop Music by M, which I think came out in 1979. The EMI label, I do associate this with Queen, but I also mainly associate it with Wuthering Heights by Kate Bush, which I think came out in 1978 or 9. The Capitol label, this one for me is Wings, particularly Venus and Mars, and yeah, very distinctive label there. Jets, this is a no-brainer. This is Electric Light Orchestra, who were on Don Arden's label Jet for much of the 1970s. Virgin, this is the Motors with their single Airport, which totally changed my life in 1978 when it first came out. This is the Ensign label, which to me is always the Boomtown Rats and their song Like Clockwork, which I think also came out in 1978. This is A&M, which to me is just Squeeze. There are various versions of this. This was the original one. This one, a bit of a later label, I think Labelled With Love came out on that label. Supertramp also actually for A&M. So even though this one says Bob Marley and the Wailers, this to me is the Buggles and Video Killed the Radio Star. And this was the Buggles album, the lovely dark blue label, the album The Age of Plastic, which I think came out in 1980. The CBS label, I always associate this with Jeff Wayne's musical version of War of the Worlds, which was a big album for me when I was a kid. The Harvest label, this one is Pink Floyd, probably a nice pair by Pink Floyd, but also metal. The Atlantic label, there's two for this. The first one is Led Zeppelin, Led Zepp 4, and also AC/DC, Power Age. This one, again, a complete no-brainer. Casablanca, of course, is Kiss. The Charisma label, again, a bit of an obvious one. This is Genesis. to me, and I suspect to everybody else as well. Okay, Epic, this is a bit of a funny one. I just got a single of George Michael, Careless Whisper, and when I see that label I always think of that record and of that song. This one, Tom Petty, strangely enough, got a couple of Tom Petty 45s, the MCA Rainbow label, the other variant. And this is Sire, of course, and I always associate this one with the Talking Heads. And there we go. So, now you need to rewind. If you did that, go back, check to see whether you matched up with me at any point or whether you had all different. And I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Take care, folks. Thanks for watching. See you soon.